Test, test, test. Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test.
WPVL AM test audio. WPVL AM test audio.
This is a Queen Bee Radio High School sports presentation. Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports. Presented by Myers Heating and Cooling and Wolf Construction. And sponsored by Claire Bank, Cuba City Family Dental, Culver's of Dubuque, Galena, and Platteville, Edward Jones representative Ben Reeves and Elena Reeves, Fuller's Milker Center, Nutrition World, the Peterson Agency, Raleigh Cheese, the Shoebox, and Tricor Insurance.
It is regional final time, which means the winner gets a gold trophy, but the loser is done for the season. Good evening, volleyball fans, and welcome to Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA Playoff Volleyball, presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, AM 1590 WPVL.com, the AM 1590 WPVL Sports Radio app, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We think. From Highland High School, this is the Division IV Johnson Creek Sectional Regional Final between the third seed Southwestern Wildcats and the second seed Highland Cardinals. The winner tonight plays fifth seed Pecatonica or number one seed Barneveld in the sectional semifinal Thursday night, and we will have that match for you as well as the sectional final on the Queen Bee family of radio stations. From the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, I'm Steve Prestigard, and tonight features two clashing conferences in a battle to make Division IV's Sweet 16. Highland won the Six Rivers West title in a pretty hiccup-free season, except for a sweep at Belmont 2 weeks ago, and the Cardinals avenged that in their 3-1 win over the Braves in the regional semifinal Thursday night. Southwestern seems to have the same story each season. The Wildcats are a Division IV team in a mostly Division III conference, the Southwest Wisconsin Activities League, which also happens to have two of the bigger volleyball powers in this area, Cuba City and Mineral Point. So as with their basketball team, Southwestern has difficulties in the regular season, but they can make hay against smaller schools in the Division IV postseason, and that's what the Wildcats would like to do tonight. On the Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest, we have the other match that we'll be covering the winner of, sorry for the awkward English, on Thursday. That's Pecatonica at Barneveld. That is on Extreme 107.1. That's in Division 4. In Division 3, we have Broadhead at Cuba City. That's on Super Hits 106. And we have Darlington at Mineral Point. That is on 97.7 Country WGLR. And we will cover those two winners coming up on Thursday. But before all of that, when we return, well, actually before that, we should tell you that we'll give you the coach's perspective on tonight's match in the Raleigh Cheese pre-match show. But before that, the Russell Law Office's injury report. If you've been injured, contact Russell Law Offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLawWI.com. And both teams have their players they want to play available tonight. There is an assistant coach for Southwestern, I'm told, is out with COVID, but better an assistant coach than the players, obviously. So that's our Russell Office's injury report. Time now for the Raleigh Cheese pre-match show, presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese, and we're back in 2 minutes on AM 1590 WPVL.
Pre-game one.
Challenge. It's not something you shy from. It's a chance to up your game. Every day brings a new challenge, but with the enhanced Channel Seed brand on your side, you can rise to it. With our top-performing seed, innovative digital tools, and expanded agronomic support, you can turn tomorrow's challenges into your next advantage. Your enhanced Channel Seed brand. Let's rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com/rise. Read and follow pesticide label directions, IRM, grain marketing, and other stewardship practices.
When people look at your farm, they just see corn. But to you, it's a lot more than that. It's a college fund, your retirement plan, And it deserves trait protection that can stand up to heavy pressure threats like corn woodworm. Smart Stacks Pro with RNAi technology is trusted on over 1 million acres to protect the things that mean more. Trade up at smartstackspro.com. Always read and follow pesticide label directions. IRM, where applicable, grain marketing, and all other stewardship practices. Copyright 2023 Bayer Group. All rights reserved.
At Napa, we love cars, trucks, tractors, really anything with wheels and an engine. It's more than our business, it's our passion. That's why we care so much about quality parts and quality people. And that's why Napa is so proud to be one of the most comprehensive car care brands. Tools, parts, fluids, and more. We've got you covered. Visit your locally owned parts store, Napa Auto and Truck Parts, Highway 14 East, Richland Center, and Highway 61 in Boston.
Early signs of diabetes can be found in your eyes. This is Dr. Rizma for First Eye Clinic in Lancaster. 95% of vision loss from diabetes is preventable, and best yet, diabetes eye exams are covered by most health insurance carriers. First Eye Clinic invites you to schedule your comprehensive
Take two Savannah winners in 3, 2, 1.
0769. First Eye Clinic located at Grant Regional Health Center, 500 South Madison Street in Lancaster.
Pre-game 1.
Raleigh Cheese pre-match show on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL. Regional final volleyball. Southwestern and Highland. We're joined by Southwestern coach Savannah Winters. Thanks for joining us. In a general sense, you're at the regional final level. How do you feel like you're playing right now?
Actually, I think we decided to show up at the end of the season. Our last, I would say, 6 matches of our conference, we really showed up and started playing our strongest game. And then when playoffs started, I have never seen my girls play like they have been playing the last 3 games, and I'm really excited to see how far we really take it this year.
You always have the same situation that the basketball teams do, that you play in a conference with mostly Division III schools, and not just Division III schools, but very good programs. Cuba City and Mineral Point, obviously, Darlington. How do you get your team to realize that, okay, we're not going to be, can be ours?
Being I'm from Division III, growing up in Division III, the competition doesn't seem like it would probably be a lot different, but it actually is. I feel like Division III is just a step ahead of Division IV as in strategy-wise. I feel like because when they go, we went to tournaments in high school, we went to tournaments farther away, bigger schools, higher divisions, Divisions I and Divisions II. We saw more competition, so we were able to strategize and make better decisions on the court, so we were always ahead. So stepping down to Division IV, I feel like we are a step ahead of everybody because I'm able to strategize by my previous coaching experience and playing experience.
All right, you have wins this week over Cassville and Albany coming into tonight. What worked particularly well for you in those 2 matches?
A lot of film watching, just pre-watching teams before, knowing where their holes are, knowing what their weaknesses are, knowing what our strengths are, and going on top of their weakness with our strengths.
All right, so Highland, they have been to this level and beyond the last couple of seasons. They won 6 Rivers West. What about the Cardinals is going to be a challenge tonight?
I know they have a couple big hitters, and luckily we have a lot of really good blockers. So as long as our blocking's on point, I don't think we really have a lot to worry about because our offense and defense, I feel like, is stronger.
All right, so what do you have to do today?
Our hits have to be on, and our blocks have to be on, and our coverage needs to be tight.
All right, thanks a lot. Good luck today.
Thank you so much.
Savannah Winters, the Southwestern coach, back with more after this on AM 1590 WPVL.
Pre-game 2. A great opportunity exists for people who enjoyed sports as participants and would like to give back to the game that means so much to them. Becoming a high school game official gives you the opportunity to get involved, get in shape, and help teach the game.
All right, Ruleski in 3, 2, 1.
Official, go online to WIAAWI.org and apply. A message from your Queen Bee radio stations and the WIAA, keeping the education in sports.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
If summer travel has worn down your Toyota tires, now is a great time to replace those treads during the Tire Savings Event at Anderson Weber Toyota. During October, buy 3 tires and the 4th one is only $1. All tires purchased at Anderson Weber qualify for free tire rotations for the life of the tires. Restrictions apply. See Anderson Weber Toyota for details. Buy 3 tires, get the 4th for $1 during the Toyota Tire Savings Event. Now at Anderson Weber Toyota, next to Target in Dubuque. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready.
This is Doug Dolter with Dubuque Mattress. Dubuque Mattress was voted best place to buy a mattress for many reasons, but one of them was best price. Because Dubuque Mattress is a mattress factory, we are truly factory direct. We cut out the cost of the middleman. And because of our volume, we have the most buying power. I personally guarantee that Dubuque Mattress is 10 to 40% less than any other mattress store in town. Find us on Highway 20 directly across from Tyson's. Dubuque Mattress for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
Pre-game 2.
Raleigh Chiefs pre-match show continues on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPDL. Regional final action, Southwestern and Highland. We're joined by Highland coach Marie Wineski. Thanks for joining us. Well, you're certainly familiar with this level over just over the last couple of seasons. How do you feel like your team is going into this?
We had a really tough match against Belmont on Thursday, and that was really good for us to have that kind of test because Tuesday was a little bit easier, and so I feel like hopefully it's prepared us for tonight against the Southwestern team.
Well, I would think that the last couple of years when you've gone to the sectional final also has to prepare for this, right? Because, you can get those early matches in the whole season and not that much problem, but the stakes keep going up.
Yeah, for sure. So we have been in the sectional finals the last 2 years, and the girls that are seniors this year, Bronwyn and Lily, both played on that team, were suited up and got some playing time, and they both were big key components in our game last year in sectional finals. So they have experience and they know what this is all about and what it takes. So I hope that can continue tonight and play well into our match.
The match on Thursday, that I would have to think maybe avenged the one hiccup that you had in your schedule when you lost to Belmont a couple of weeks ago. What worked for you Thursday night?
Well, we had Lily Mitchick back, who is our libero, and we didn't have her against Belmont when we played them at their home match. And what worked was that when we had good passes, we could knock the ball down. We really read Belmont's offense very well, and we knew that we were going to have to do that because we know each other really well. They're going to mix up their hits, tips, hit, tip, hit, and our girls did an excellent job anticipating that and controlling that aspect of our game.
All right, Southwestern tonight. They are from a conference that has actually mostly Division III schools. Seems like every year they kind of, take hits in the regular season, but in Division IV, they seem to have a better path, perhaps, to going deep in the postseason. What about the Wildcats is going to be an issue for you tonight?
They run a pretty fast tempo offense, and they are big at the net. They also like to do some screening when they're serving, so we told the girls, you just need to be vocal about that. Let your captain know and talk to the refs. We had Jerry Shuey tonight, and he's a really good ref, so that's good. But we have also played Mineral Point, Darlington, but Riverdale from that conference, and we actually are one of Mineral Point's only 2 losses of the season. So I feel that even though we're not up a division playing, that we have some good ideas of what they have to offer.
Well, certainly Mineral Point and Darlington, they're still in it, so that's a good sign right there. So what do you have to do today?
We have to pass the ball well and control our game. We have to mix up our hits, and they like to attack the line shot, so we have to make sure that we're pushing our block in and getting that right hand and hip turned in, and just play our game. We always want to know what the other team is doing, but we don't want that to take away from what we know we can do and what we're good at. If it takes all 5, it takes all 5, but we just want to come out and be steady and play our match tonight.
All right, thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Marie Wineski, the Highland coach, back with more from Highland after these messages on AM 1590 WPVL.
The playoffs are here, Catch Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports. Presented by Myers Heating and Cooling of Lancaster and Wolf Construction of Lancaster. Check the Queen Bee Radio Sports schedule at AM1590WPVL.com.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Grant Regional Health Center is proud to lead the region with innovative diagnostic breast care. 3D mammography is an extraordinary breakthrough in cancer screening and detection. This technology allows us to diagnose cancer at its earliest stages when it is most treatable. Call Grant Regional today to schedule your annual mammogram or take advantage of walk-in Wednesdays. No appointment necessary. Grant Regional Health Center. Experience the difference.
In Game 1.
Well, how do you know it's a big night? The band is here. Here at Highland High School, Grant Regional Health Center, and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA Playoff Volleyball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL. Colors of the game, sponsored by Cuba City Family Dental, Healer Family Dental, and coming soon, Darlington Family Dental, 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. I have an O here. I'm not quite sure what it's for. We're sitting over on the Southwestern. We're sitting on the Southwestern half of the bleachers on the home side. The Cardinals will be in their white jerseys with Cardinal numbers, actually black numbers and Cardinal trim. And Southwestern looks like blue jerseys and white, well, actually black numbers outlined in white. Okay. Shoebox Scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. In this Division 4 Johnson Creek sectional, we mentioned we've also got Pecatonica at Barneville. That's on Extreme 107.1. Oakfield, meanwhile, on the other half of the bracket is at Sheboygan Christian, and Cambria Friesland is at Fall River. Division 3, we have Broadhead at Cuba City on Super Hits 106, and Darlington at Mineral Point on 97.7 Country WGLR. Also, in the other half of that bracket, Abbotsford, the 6th seed at number 2, La Crosse Aquinas, and Edgar, the 5 seed at number 1, Stratford. And in Division 2, the Dodgeville sectional, no local teams anymore. Mount Horeb at Madison Edgewood. Stoughton, which knocked off Dodgeville, is at McFarland, which knocked off Platteville. Also, Portage at West Salem and La Crosse Logan at Sauk Prairie. And that is the starting lineup, or that is the Shoebox Scoreboard. And again, we will monitor, hopefully, if my cell phone passes on messages, we will pass on the scores, particularly of the Barneville-Pecatonica match, which is on Extreme 107.1. And out from Highland, the Highland Band, Highland High School Band with our national anthem.
Melissa Straka.
Well, you know what we say around here, that whether sung or played, the national anthem is best performed live. And so, it is time for the starting lineups presented by Fuller's Milker Center. Fuller's complete hygiene line and options. Fuller's, let's try that again. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at FullersMilkerCenter.com.
we will recognize both teams and present the regional championship flag.
Southwestern is the number 3 seed coming into tonight, and here is their starting lineup. They were, by the way, 15 and 11. They were 6 and 6, fourth place in the Southwest Wisconsin Activities League, actually tied for fourth with Fenimore. They will start Deanna Raymaker at center, a 5'8 senior, 2.4 digs, 7.3 assists per set. Allie Stanton is a 5'6 senior outside hitter, 1.4 kills per set. Brielle Schneider is a 6-foot senior, middle blocker, 2.3 kills per set. Allison Kenneker is an opposite side hitter, 6-foot senior, 0.8 blocks and a dig per set. Alana Splitter is another outside hitter, 6-foot senior, 2.5 kills per set. Ava Kerwin is another middle blocker, a 5'10 senior, 1.9 kills per set. And the libero is Layla Theo, a 5'5 junior, 4.1 digs. Phil, excuse me. So that's the starting lineup for Southwestern. Here is Highland. They are the number 2 seed, as mentioned. 21 and 6, 11 and 1, first place in the Six Rivers West. And here is their starting lineup. Bronwyn Halverson starts in center. She's a 5'7 junior, 2.3 kills and 4.7 assists per set. She had 15 kills and 16 assists in the win on Thursday. That is a combination you almost never hear. The libero is Liliana Mishik. She's a senior, 2 aces, 14 digs, and 4 assists in the win. And then the hitters up front, Kate Terrell, a 5'11 senior, 2 kills per set. Caitlin Miller, a 5'8 junior. Anna Hennessy, 5'10 junior, 2.6 kills per set. Hennessy had 10 kills in her regional semifinal win. We'll also see Samarin Halverson, a 5'1 sophomore, 1.2 digs per set. We'll also see Sophie Terrell, a 5'11 freshman, averaging 1 kill per set. Savannah Winters coaches Southwestern, and Maria Wineski, who was the coach the last time that Highland got to state and won it back in 2010. She is the coach for the Highland Cardinals. We're brought to you tonight by Claire Bank for their 8 locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proudly supporting this area's high school sports teams. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. Southwest Health is creating healthier communities through their hospitals and clinics in Platteville, Cuba City, and Keeler. Find out more at southwesthealth.org. And B&B Truck and Trailer Service proudly supports the Highland Cardinal volleyball team. They wish all Highland student athletes good luck and success in the coming season. B&B Truck and Trailer, your Baldwin authorized dealer, making sure you stay on the road. Check us out on Facebook, B&B Truck and Trailer. And we are ready to go here. Regional final. The winner goes to, well, if it's in Barneveld, if Barneveld wins, they would be playing in Barneveld on Thursday, and if not, whoever wins hosts. And we're off and running on AM 1590 WPVL. There's a tip and a send over, and there's too far, and Southwestern leads 1-0. Southwestern now with the black numbers on the blue jerseys. Line drive serve, and that's an ace. And right off the bat, the ace makes it 2-0. And the serve into the backcourt. Bump set. And a left side send over. That is dug out. Here's a back set. And a spike that is grabbed in the corner. And now it's Mishik, the libero, sending it over. Back for Southwestern now. Left side spike, blocked at the net. One-handed back, and then tipped back over. Now Highland with it. Hit the ceiling, and it is bumped back. But that's going to be too far, and it's 2-0. So Southwestern off to the kind of start that they wanted to. Certainly, and Raymaker to serve once again. She sends it into the back. And then it goes over the net, and then it's tipped right back over. And it's 4-0 Southwestern. And Brielle Schneider ended up getting the tip kill there. So Southwestern off to a great start here, 4-0. Line drive serve, dug out. Bump set by Mishik, and then sent back over. Southwestern now with it. Here's Raymaker sending over, and she gets the kill. And it's 5-0. 5-0. Southwestern leading Highland in this first set. Another serve, but Ellen is too far. And so the first point of the match. And here is Liliane Mishik, the server. She's wearing the black jersey instead of the white of her teammates. And Ellen hit a player in the face, and that's going to be a point for Highland. One of the back row players mishit it off her face, and that wasn't actually hit her face first. Surprised they didn't call that a double hit. And then there's another bad bump, and that one goes out of bounds. And quickly, it's 5-3. After Southwestern got off to a 5-0 start. Anderson Weber Toyota and Dubuque powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota when you are ready. There's a high bump. Bump set at the net. Sent over, blocked at the net, and that's a point for Highland. 5-4. As that bump ended up going into the net. Mishik again. Sends it into the near back. High bump set, and then set over. And Southwestern looked great initially, and now they look rather tentative. But here's a spike that goes into the net, and Southwestern takes a 6-4 lead in set number 1. And here is Allie Stanton with the running jump serve. That's dug out. Sent by Halverson, sent over by Mishik. Now Southwestern, left side spike, blocked at the net! And a point for the Cardinals. Getting the block there was Faith Yawn. And it's 6-5 Southwestern after the block kill. And now sent over by Hennessy on the serve. Bump set, left side send over. Bump by Mishik, set by Halverson, left side spike, blocked at the net. We'll try it again. Right side send over by Highland. Dug out, set by Raymaker. That is tipped on the send over, and then Highland sends it on the second, and two players almost ran into each other, and the third bumps it over. Cardinals set it up now, a spike into the back row, too far. And it's 7-5 Southwestern in set number 1. Russell Law Offices is here to assist you as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, all. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin Russell Law Offices. Meanwhile, the serve goes out of bounds, and it's 7-6. And Highland now serving with Sambaran Halverson, who comes in. They run a 6-2 offense, and now we're tied at 7 as the spike goes into the net. 7 up the unscore is what my old coach used to call it. Halverson, the next serve, dug out and back. Bump set by Raymaker and then sent over. Now Highland with it, a bump set by Mishik, and a spike goes into the net. And it's 8-7 Southwestern. Allison Kenneker now serves for the Wildcats. Finished tied for 4th in the Swall. Here's a spike down the middle, and a kill for Sophie Terrell, the freshman. And we're tied at 8. Of course, not only does the Swall have bigger schools than Southwestern for the most part, but they also have two of the best programs in the area in Cuba City and Mineral Point, who just happen to be playing tonight, as is Darlington. That's a bump that ends up going out of bounds, and it's 9-8 Southwestern in set number 1. Alana Splinter now serves, and she with the running jump serve, dug out and back, bump set, And then sent over by Miller. Now Southwestern with a quick set by Ramaker, and that Raymaker, that is too far and goes out of bounds, and we're tied at 9. I was a little confused there because I know a Ramaker spelled correctly, but that's not right here. It's Raymaker. Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. Raymaker with a set spike, blocked! Point as Hennessy gets the block. And it's 10-9 Highland. And Brinley Bullant will serve. Bullant will serve. Back the other way. Now, that wasn't a bad bump necessarily, but nobody moved to get it. And so it's 11-9 Highland. Sometimes players look a little mesmerized when they see a bump and nothing happens. Meanwhile, that bump goes over. It's tipped over for a kill by Hennessy. And just like that, it's 12-9. And Highland leading their biggest lead. Their biggest lead in this first set. Southwestern had a 5-0 lead. Tip drill at the net. Goes back to the Southwestern side and a bump send over. Now here's a quick set, spike, that's blocked. One hand send over, and that's going to be a kill. And getting the kill there is Raymaker, the setter. And it is 12-10. Highland leading. And the serve by Ava Kerwin. She does the running jump serve. That's dug out and back. Back set by Samarin Halverson. Now Southwestern with it. Tip at the net down, and it ends up going out of bounds. And it's 13-10. Highland in set number 1. Don's Tire in Highland. Don's Tire is your neighborhood Goodyear Tire Center. Count on the trusted local pros at Don's Tire at the bottom of Main Street. In Highland, then a bad bump that goes out of bounds. And Highland leads 14-10 in set number 1. Well, there's 2 bumps sent over and then flipped over for a kill as the bump went over the net. And Hennessy once again just flicked it over, and it's 15-10. Highland in set number 1, and we're going to have the first timeout of the match. Southwestern calls the timeout there first. 15-10, Highland leads Southwestern in set 1. Back after this on AM 1590 WPBL.
In game 2.
Partner with Fuller's Milker Center and GIA for your next milking system. From the Dairy Pro Q robotic rotary parlor to the Dairy Robot R9500 robotic box milking system, you select the best fit for your operation. With GIA, you can also choose from market-leading conventional parlors, fully equipped with automated accessories. Contact Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your local GIA dealer in Lancaster and Richland Center to start building your dream milking facility.
Fuller's Milker Center. For residential, commercial, or ag building projects, call on Wolf Construction, LLC of Lancaster. Todd Wolf and his crew pride themselves in providing full service for their customers at the highest of quality. Wolf Construction, LLC of Lancaster. Proud to back our local athletes.
In game 2.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of playoff volleyball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPBL. We will again have the winner of this match, and as a bump in the back row hits the ceiling and comes down, and it's 16-10 Highland. We will have all the winners that we're carrying tonight on Thursday on the Queen Bee family of radio stations. To add to level 2 football coming up as well. Here's a send over by Southwestern. Now a back set, tip at the net. Hennessy does it again. She tips it over. And Hennessy makes it 17-10. And I think that's at least 4 kills for her just in this set. Another serve that's dug out, goes over a ceiling girder, and then gets bumped over. Now Highland with it. Set by Halverson, tipped over, and that's going to be a point for Southwestern. Hennessy tipped it over again, but this time she hit the net. And so it's Southwestern to serve, but now suddenly they find themselves behind 17-11. High bump, hits the ceiling, comes down a bump, and then bumped over. Here's a quick set and a spike block at the net. Going for Highland. And coming off very excitedly is Caitlin Miller. And it's 18-11. Bump set, left side sent over for Southwestern. Mishik the bump. Halverson to set, and the third one will not. That was a bad set. It ended up getting bumped off the ceiling, and so it is 18-12. I guess you'd call that the overture score. Running jump serve, dug out. Back set, spike at the net. Kind of an awkward handle there, but Highland now with it. Here's a tip over at the net, and down it goes for Hennessy. Hennessy is just dominating this match, the set I should say, and it's 19-12. Myers Heating and Cooling, servicing Southwest Wisconsin since 1999. Myers Heating and Cooling, where they say, don't worry, we got this. Halverson replaces, actually Terrell comes in to replace Samar and Bullitt, excuse me. And where did the ball go? It ended up hitting the ceiling and hanging there and then came back. Now Highland with it. Set by Halverson, spike. That's dug out, goes right back to Highland. Bump set, and the Cardinals send it over. Now Southwestern with it, and they send it over the second hit. Bump set, and a spike into the net. And it's 19-13. And serving again will be Phil, who is the libero. She has a black jersey and she has white numbers. Those numbers you can read. A little harder with the others. But we will press on regardless. Here's a spike into the back row. Now the set by Raymaker. Left side spike, tipped at the net. One hand bump, but over. But a little too far on the hit to make it 18-14. Phil again to serve. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch, Common Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim during the game your call. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch, Cobb and Platteville. Here's a spike, and it ends up going out. And another timeout. It's a point to make it 19-15. Back after this, Highland in front on AM 1590 WPVL.
In Game 3, are you looking for a checking account with monthly requirements or service charge? People's State Bank, People's Checking Account is just what you're looking for. This account includes free debit card, online and mobile banking, bill pay, and much more at no cost to you. You heard that?
Gotta be coordinated when you do that stuff.
We're your local community bank ready to serve you. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
This is Matt LePay inviting you to listen to Badger football on 97.7 Country WPLR.
Presented by Dirk Livestock and Bonner Ag Service. Wisconsin basketball on AM 1590 WPVL.
Presented by Brigman Construction.
And Napa Auto Parts of Boscobel and Richmond Center.
In Game
3. 19-15. Highland leads Southwestern in set number 1. After the second timeout, actually the timeout was called by Highland. That hit goes out of bounds. So each team has now called a timeout, and a bump that goes out of bounds makes it 19-16. And Phil to serve again, and is that in or out? Out. The line judge first said it was down, but then changed his mind. And so it is 20-16 Highland in set number 1. There's a line drive serve by Halverson. Blocked at the net. And now Southwestern sends it over on a bump. Quick set over. Southwestern now with it. Raymaker with the set. Send over. Bump set for Highland. And then a left-handed hit over by Terrell. Southwestern sends it over, and it goes out of bounds. 21-16. In set number one, Highland in front. High arching bump. Set by Raymaker. Right side send over. Quick send over by Halverson. And here's the set by Phil, and then set over by Southwestern. Here's a left side spike by Halverson, and down it goes. And Halverson makes it 22-16. And now it will be a timeout for Southwestern. Their second. Mound City Bank's Total Line of Credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop in at Mound City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Learn more at moundcitybank.com. We're also brought to you by Highland Hardware in Highland. See Highland Hardware for plumbing, heating, electrical, well systems, and more. Trust Cindy, Pat, and the crew to do what's best for you at Highland Hardware in Highland. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Vinsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, experience the difference. The Queen Bee Radio Sports SoundCloud page. Listen back to recordings of previous sportscasts anytime and on demand at soundcloud.com/Queen Bee Radio Sports. Halverson serves it over, 22-16 Highland in set number one. Sent back by Southwestern. And then a bad bump that ends up going under the net. And that makes it 22-17. And it'll be Kerwin to serve for Southwestern. Dug out by Mishik. Set by Halverson. Spike down the middle. Blocked! And a point for Southwestern. And I think that was Kerwin who got the block. And it's 22-18. Dug out and back. Hit the ceiling almost. Bump set, left side spike, blocked to the net again, but out. Or what do they call? Well, I guess it's a point for Southwestern, so it did go out, or for Highland, so it did go out. It's 23-18. And a bad bump in the seats, and then sent back over. Highland with it now, left side set, spike, and that goes out. Or did it go? It did go down. Problem is, I was watching the coach, who does not get a vote on those things. It's Bramlin Halverson's kill to make it 24-18 set point in set number one. And a bad bump went over. Highland tried to spike it and ended up going right into the net. And so it's 24-19. Southwestern with the serve. It is still set point. Splinter serving. And here's a bump over by Highland. Set. Center tip at the net. Taken over by Highland now. Left side spike by Halverson. Down it goes, and that's it. Bronwyn Halverson, she had 15 kills and 16 assists last night. And she finishes things off in set number one. Highland wins set one, 25-19. And we'll be back in Highland after these messages on AM 1590 WPBL.
In game four. You give 110% at work and in the game. So why not give 110% to get a beautiful, healthy smile? Schedule your routine checkups and any major dental care at Cuba City Family Dental and Keeler Family Dental. They'll help you maintain a beautiful smile, along with daily brushing and flossing for healthy teeth and gums. Call today to schedule your checkup. And if you have any problems with your teeth, make an appointment with Cuba City Family Dental and Keeler Family Dental. Keep smiling, Tri-States. Heads Up Salon. Sherry, Jenny, Brittany, and Sydney at Heads Up do highlights, color, cuts, burns, and new barbering services too. Heads Up Salon, North Jefferson Street, Lancaster.
In game four.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA Playoff Volleyball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL. Highland beats Southwestern 25-19 in set number one. set number 2 after these messages on AM 1590 WPVL.
In Game 5, got muscle? Athletes of all levels need to train to build muscle, plus rebuild and repair muscle after they practice and compete. Containing 13 nutrients, white and low-fat chocolate milk's high-quality protein offers athletes an edge over traditional sports and other protein drinks. That's why so many professional athletes include milk as a core part of their training diet and recommend milk for aspiring athletes as well. Learn more at GonnaNeedMilk.com. Brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.
24/7, 365. Myers Heating and Cooling is your trusted residential heating and cooling system service provider. Join Myers Comfort Club for peace of mind throughout the year and around the clock. Myers Heating and Cooling in Lancaster. Don't worry, we got this.
In Game 5.
We're also brought to you by Veterinary Associates of Hazel Green and Galena. Visit vetassociatesgalena.com and check out their online store at myvetstoreonline.com. Veterinary Associates Hazel Green and Galena, proud of our local athletes. On the Shoebox Scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Cuba City takes set 1 from Broadhead, 25-15. That is on Super Hits 106. Mineral Point hammers Darlington to set number 1, 25-9. That is on 97.7 Country WGLR. We also have on Extreme 107.1. We have the winner of this match will face Pecatonica and Barneveld. And in set number 2, that begins with a bad hit, and Southwestern leads 1-0. Southwestern now on the right side, and Highland on the left. I found this out finally because there's been instances where the two teams switched and not, and apparently it's up to the two coaches if they can. It's supposed to be switching sides unless the two of them agree to not. Here's a right side tip over. That is dug out, but one hand bump ends up going out, and it's 2-0 Southwestern. Remember that the Wildcats got off to a 5-0 lead in that first set, but it all went away. Raymaker to serve again, and that one goes out of bounds, and it's 3-0 Southwestern, which makes what I imagine is the Southwestern student section across the way here very happy. Pretty good crowd tonight, mostly full here at Highland High School, and as mentioned, the band was here. Here's a tip. Now Southwestern with it, a bump set and a right side spike that's blocked at the net, goes straight up. Set over, an attempt at a tip over, ends up in the net, and so it's 3-1. And Bronwyn Halverson will serve. Prairie Motorsports, Prairie Machine and PrairieMotorsports.com during this match. And the tip over by the Wildcats makes it 4-1. And Southwestern will now serve. And here comes the running jump serve. Tip at the net, one hand bump, 2 bad bumps, actually a third, and it's 4-2. We're also brought to you by Bush Insurance, a proud partner of Pekin Insurance Company. Here comes the libero now to serve, that's Phil. And now Highland with it, or Mishik actually was serving. And a bad bump ends up going out of bounds. And it's 4-3. I forgot that the two sides switched sides after I just said that the two sides switched sides. Mishik serving from the middle. Dug out, in back. Set by Raymaker, left side start, blocked at the net. Well, that's one problem that Southwestern's going to have to fix really soon. Hennessy gets another block kill, and we're tied at 4 in set number 2 with Highland leading 1-0. Tip over at the net, diving bump for Highland. Bump set, Halverson, left side spike by Terrell. Diving bump, bumped over. Cardinals again. Halverson, spike, down it goes for Hennessy. Hennessy is just right now dominating this match. It's 5-4 Highland. Right now, Southwestern has no answer for her. Mishik serve. Quick send over by Southwestern. Spiked over by Hennessy anyway. And now set over by Halverson into the corner. Set. Left side send over. One-handed pump. Tip. Didn't get a good hand on it. And we're tied at 5 in set number 2. And Southwestern's libero, Hill, sends it over. Lunging bump, ended up going out over the net. And then slamming it back down was Splinter. And it's 6-5 Southwestern. Another serve, but that goes right into the net, and we're tied at 6. And Hennessy into serve. We're brought to you by Bytech Resource Management, a greener way, Bytech Resource Management of Monroe. Hennessy serve into the back row. Bump set. Left side spike. Diving bump by Mishik. Bump set by Halverson, and then set over by the Cardinals, and that hit. Well, apparently it went out. It hit one of the Wildcats and went down, but I think on the way it hit the antenna, which is out. And so it's 7-5 Southwestern. Now here's the Southwestern serve. That's a left side send over. Set by Raymaker. Left side tip over, and down it goes. Getting the kill there was Splinter. And it's 8-5. Excuse me, 8-6. And another high arching serve by Splitter. Tip over to Southwestern. Bump set. And then over on the third bump. Set by Halverson. And Mishik tried to send it over, but it ends up going into the net. And suddenly it's 9-6 Southwestern. And almost switch sides here in set number 2. The Highland State Bank, come see what your hometown community bank can do for you. The Highland State Bank, visit highlandstatebank.net. Tip at the net, highlandstatebank.net. Halverson, and then the spike that goes right into the net, and it's 10-6. Southwestern in set number 2. Highland won set number 1, 25-19. Serve into the back row to Hennessy, and then Hennessy on the third hit sends it over. Left side spike coming up, and down that goes. And that would be a timeout. Phil gets the kill. It is 11-6 Southwestern in set 2. Back after this on AM 1590 WPBL.
Regional Community Clinic welcomes family medicine physician Dr. Ron Marsh.
I grew up 15 minutes away from here in a little town. I've been gone for 13
Grant Regional Community Clinic. Primary care, close to home.
The playoffs are here. Catch Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports. Presented by Myers Heating and Cooling of Lancaster and Wolf Construction of Lancaster. Check the Community Radio Sports schedule at AM1590WPBL.com.
In Game 6.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school volleyball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on AM 1590 WPBL after the timeout. A point for Southwestern to make it 12-6. Highland leads 1-0, but Southwestern rolling in this second set. Dug out by Mishik, set by Halverson, send over, and a point. And I believe that was Sophie Terrell getting the kill there to make it 12-7. Interesting that you're not seeing a lot of big hammers here, serving-wise. What it really is putting the ball where Southwestern isn't, or where the other two teams are. Back row bump on the third hit, ends up in the net, and it's 12-8. And Samarin Halverson, who actually faces the stands to the near side before she serves. There's a bad bump. Ends up in the Southwestern bench, and it's 12-9. Kind of interesting. Halverson will actually face, in this case, the Highland bench first, dribble the ball once, and then turn to the net and serve. And it's dug out and back. Set. Tip over at the net. Highland handles that. Set by Halverson. Tip over, and that is blocked after the hit by Halverson. Set up Halverson again, and off the net, off the ceiling, and goes back. Mishik has it. Halverson tips, and that is saved briefly, but it ends up going down. So give Bronwyn Halverson the kill, give Samarin Halverson the assist, and it's 12-10. And a timeout is called, and this is going to be a timeout for the Wildcats. We'll keep it here and tell you that tonight's match brought to you by Carey's Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors of Belmont and Carey's Gutters and Doors.com. Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at Sloans.com. Bob Hunhauser, your Platteville Edward Jones representative. He salutes our athletes on their hard work. Bob Hunhauser at Edward Jones of Esposop Business 151 Inside Drive in Platteville. We're also brought to you by Bouse Electric. Call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher at Bouse Electric, Lancaster and Fenimore. WCC Brands Custom Apparel, Keeler in Lancaster. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialists in Lancaster. People's State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their convenient area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com, member FDIC. Southwestern now, after calling the timeout, that's blocked at the net. Southwestern tries again, sends it over on the third bump. Mishik the bump. Halverson the set. Spike, bang! And that is Bronwyn Halverson with another thunderous spike, and it's 12-11. And Halverson again serving. Bad bump and back, and nobody goes for it. We're tied at 16. Halverson again to serve. And now walks it up, sends it over. Dug out, set, left side spike, and down that goes. And I think it was Kerwin who got the kill there. And it's 13-12, and Southwestern serves. Set by Halverson, left side spike. Whoa! That was even harder than the last one. And we're tied at 15, and again, it's Halverson to Halverson. And now Sophie Terrell serves. Check you, that's Katie Terrell serves. Kate Terrell. And hit from the middle, goes into the back row and down, and it's 14-13. Halverson now, Terrell that is, Sophie Terrell checks into the back row, and meanwhile Southwestern serves. Dug out in back, bump set, and then set over by Samarin Halverson. Here's a set by Raymaker, spike, and down that goes. Off one of the front row players and out. I think that was Brielle Schneider getting the kill there, 15-13. And the running jump serve, dug out by Mishik, bad bump set, and then Mishik sends it over on a bump. Tipped at the net, and that's an errant hit out of bounds, and now Southwestern back up by 3, 16-13. What a back and forth set this has been. Kerwin again to serve. The running jump serve. Oh, it hit Mishik in the face. I think she was starting to line it up, but she kind of misjudged it, and it's 17-13. That is a hard way to get an ace. Well, it's a hard way for the recipient to get the ace. Kerwin serves again, dug out by Mishik. Sent over by Halverson. And then Southwestern sends it over awkwardly. Halverson to set. Spike by Miller, and down it goes after a miss hit. Caitlin Miller gets the kill. 17-14. And Bullant now will serve. She sets up left-ish, right on the backside, the far side foul line. Tipped to the net, blocked! Hennessy the block kill. 17-15. And Bullant will serve again. Dug out and back, send over, and then one-handed back. One-hand hit, and now Highland with it. Set by Halverson, spike into the net, and that ends up as a point for Southwestern to make it 18-15. Should mention, by the way, on the Shoebox Scorebook presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest, Wisconsin beats Illinois this afternoon 25-21. That was on 97.7 for WGR. Meanwhile, Southwestern gets a block kill, and it's 19-15. And here's the serve again. That is too far. 19-16. And here's Bronwyn Halverson to serve. Highland won set number 1, 25-19, but Southwestern leads set 2, 19-16. Bump set. Send over into the back corner. Fielded. Bump set. And then sent over but into the net. 20-16. And Southwestern to serve. The running jump serve by Kerwin. Mishik mishit it, but they're able to field it and send over, but into the, oh, it went over the net. No, it didn't. Went into the net. It's 21-16. Highland calls it second timeout. And we're brought to you by the Queen Bee Radio Sports to tell you that the Queen Bee Radio High School Sports Roundup is our weekly high school sports show covering everything in our area's high school sports scene, including highlights, recaps, previews, interviews, and more. New episodes every Thursday on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube and SoundCloud channels. Southwestern leading in set number 2, 21-16. After Highland won set number 1. And so the Wildcats 4 points away from sending this to a set number 3 in a minimum of 4 sets. Tipped at the net, and I think that was a block kill for Southwestern there. And I believe that was Splinter getting the block kill. 22-16. Bump set. Set and then set over by Mishik into the back row. Southwestern now right side spike. High bump and then set over into the corner. Diving bump attempt goes down. And it's 22-17. And now the Cardinals to serve, but if they want a 2-0 lead, they got work to do. Mishik serves it over. And the left side spike goes out of bounds. 22-18. And now Mishik will serve again. It's dug on back, bad bump. Set over on the left side and then set over, and now Highland with it. Halverson to set, spike for a kill. I believe Hennessy strikes again. And that makes it 22-19. And Mishik to serve again. Into the far back. Set by Raymaker. Tipped at the net and down that goes. And the tip kill by Splitter makes it 23-19. And the Southwestern serve. Set. Tipped over by Hennessy. And nobody fielded it for Southwestern. And so it's 23-20. We are brought to you by Claire Bank with her 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proudly supporting this area's high school sports teams. Claire Bank, where they say, we can do that, member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Here's a send over for Southwestern. Now sent right back by Halverson. Bad bump, diving bump, third bump, does get over. Bump set now by Mishik. Left side spike by Halverson, that clears the net. Southwestern sends it back over the top corner of the front row, clears him down. And it is set point. Here comes the serve for Southwestern. Dug out, quickly set over by Highland. Southwestern does the same then. Now here's Halverson on the set, and it has to be bumped over. Wildcats with it now, left side spike and down there. Oh, saved twice. And now Southwestern gets it back. Spike down the middle, and that hits the ceiling on the second bump, gets sent over. Southwestern one more time, big spike. That goes out. 24-21. And here's Halverson, who was, when she was serving, they had that long run earlier in this match, this set actually, sent over quickly by Southwestern, bump set by Halverson, and then sent over by the Cardinals. Then a spike by Southwestern. Highland now with it. Left side spike by Halverson. Off one of the front row players and down. 24-22. And Southwestern will call time. No, they will not call timeout. Thought they were going to, but not. Still set point. Left side tip over, tip right back. Southwestern back with it. Left side spike off the front. Halverson to set. Tipped over at the net by Terrell, sends it down. And then Southwestern sends it right back. Diving bump. Bump set. Set over by Hennessy, but into the net. And that's it for set number 2. Southwestern wins set 2, 25-22. And we are tied at a set each. And back with more after this on AM 1590 WPVL.
In Game 7.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin and Northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank. Member FDIC.
The playoffs are here. Catch Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports. Presented by Myers Heating and Cooling of Lancaster and Wolf Construction of Lancaster. Check the Queen Bee Radio sports schedule at AM1590WPBL.com.
In Game 7.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA playoff volleyball, presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL. We are tied at a set each. Time for the Peterson Agency halftime report, presented by the Peterson Agency at Argyle. Your independent agent, Brian Peterson, specializing in farm, home, auto, and umbrella policies. Southwestern, or actually Highland won set number 1. 25-19. Southwestern wins set number 2, 25-22, and thus we are tied at a set each. And the best thing that Southwestern can do at this point is try to keep the ball away from Anna Hennessy, because she has a few block kills. She's got the most kills to this point of any team. of any of her teammates anyway. And that's been a problem for Southwestern to handle, but they did manage to win set number 2 to tie this at a set each. Again, the winner tonight will take on Pecatonica or Barneveld. They are tied at this. They are on AM 59, or they're on Extreme 107.1. On the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest, Cuba City with a 2-0 lead on Broadhead. That's on Super Hits 106. Darlington and Mineral Point tied at a set each. That is on 97.7 Country WGLR. No update yet from that Barneveld-Pecatonica match. Here's a big spike right off the start. That's going to be a point for Highland. And it's 1-0. And Bronwyn Halverson to serve. Dug out and back. Quick set, spike, and down that goes. And we're tied at 1 after the big spike by Schneider, Riel Schneider for the kill. Actually 2-0. Now the left side spike, that is dug out by Mishik. Here's the set by Halverson, tip at the net. Southwestern gets it, big spike, that got blocked. And now sent over by Jan, and that ends up going out of bounds on a bump. And it's 2-1. And Southwestern now to serve. Dug out, but a bad bump. Ties it at 2 in set number 1, and Raymaker will serve again. Southwest Health is creating healthier communities through their hospitals and clinics in Platteville, Cuba City, and Keeler. Find out more at southwesthealth.org. And then, meanwhile, hit that goes out of bounds, and it's 3-2 Highland. And Mishik will serve into the near back. Bump set, spike, that is dug out by Highland, but nobody moved after the bump. They were tied at 3 in set number 3. We're tied at 1 in sets also. And Southwestern out serve, and the running jump serve, that's dug out. Bump set, right side spike, blocked at the net. Schuyler gets the block kill. It's 4-3 Southwestern. And the serve once again. That's a diving block there, and down that goes. The bump ended up in the net, and it's 5-3 Southwestern. Kerwin again to serve. Running jump serve, tipped the net, and it ends up going down as an ace. Stanton getting will serve it again, 6-3. The running jump serve, tipped to the net again. Bump set, and then sent over by Terrell. Now the bump, set by Raymaker. Left side tip over, Highland sends it right back. Tip send over by Southwestern, but it got tipped right back. Now on the Southwestern hit. Set by Halverson, tip over at the net. That gets dug out. Left side spike, and down it goes. And that time, that was Splinter getting the kill. And it's 7-3 Southwestern in set number 3. This has been a match so far of big swings. Remember, Southwestern had a 5-0 lead, but Highland won set number 1. That's tipped over for a kill for Allison Ketteker, and it's 8-3. Southwestern now up. And sent over, and that ends up being an ace. Stanton gets her second ace in this rotation. It's 9-3. And it's time for a timeout by Highland. Their first, 9-3. In set number 3, we're tied at a set each on AM 1590 WPVL.
In game 8. You give 110% and in the game. So why not give 110% to get a beautiful, healthy smile? Schedule your routine checkup and any major dental care at Cuba City Family Dental and Healer Family Dental. They'll help you maintain a beautiful smile, along with daily dental and flossing for healthy teeth and gums. Call today to schedule your checkup. And if you have any problems with your teeth, make an appointment at Cuba City Family Dental and Healer Family Dental. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
The Pull-Off Stampede, Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports. Presented by Myers Heating and Cooling of Lancaster and Wolf Construction of Lancaster. Check the 3D radio sports schedule at AM1590WPVL.com. In game
8. 9-3. Southwestern leads Highland in set number 3. We're tied at a set each. Highland calls the timeout. Southwestern with the hit for the kill. And once again, it is Splinter getting the kill to make it 10-3. Number 10 gets the kill. That's kind of appropriate for the 10th point. And a bump sends over right back to Southwestern, and Southwestern gets the kill. In celebrating, Schneider kind of stumbled, but she's all right. She got the kill, and Southwestern rolling here in set number 3. Running jump serve. This is a long run by the Wildcats, and they're now with the ball. Tipped over at the net, tipped right back, and a diving bump, and a third bump's not going to work, and that ends the run. 11-4. And now Hennessy will serve for Highland. Brought to you by Don's Tire in Highland. Don's Tire is your neighborhood Goodyear Tire Center, kind of the trusted local pros at Don's Tire. Highland. Meanwhile, that goes out of bounds at 12-4. And here is Phil the Libero. Running jump. Serve, I should say, ends up going out, and it's 12-5. B&B Truck and Trailer Service proudly supports the Highland Cardinal volleyball team and wishes all Highland student athletes good luck and success in the coming season. B&B Truck and Trailer is your Baldwin authorized dealer, making sure you stay on the road. Check us out on Facebook, B&B Truck and Trailer. Big spike and a kill for Kerwin. 13-5. And Southwestern's got all the momentum going right now. Again, tied at a set each. Serving to the backcourt. Set. Left side spike, and that got blocked. But went out of bounds. And it's a point for the Cardinals to make it 13-6. And Kate Terrell will serve from the middle into the back row. Set by Raymaker. Spike, that's blocked. Southwestern will try again. Bump set. And then sent over into the back corner. Set. Left side spike. Diving bump, but that ends up going out of bounds. And I think, well, let's see, I think that was Hennessy that ends up getting a hit there. 13-7 Southwestern in set number 3. Dug out and back, bumped over, and now Highland with it. Set, spike, that is dug out, almost made the seats and was not returnable. That is 13-8. Terrell again to serve. Bumped by Phil, bump set, left side spike, that is dug out. Set, Halverson to spike, and it was too far. 14-8, excuse me. And Splinter to serve. And the running jump serve, dug out. Set, left side spike. That is dug out. Bump set. Left side spike for Southwestern. Aaron bump. One-hand bump. And another bump ends up, well, got hit 4 times. It was either going to be that or going into the net. And it's 15-8 Southwestern. Russell Law Offices is here to assist you as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Probably serving Southern Wisconsin. Russell Law Offices. There's a hit that's too far. 16-8. And the Southwestern crowd over on this side is most happy with this. Running jump serve again by Splitter. And the send over, and that is went out. Oh! 17-8. And a timeout for Highland. And that is their second timeout. 17-8. Southwestern leads Highland. In set number 3, we're tied at a set each. And we're brought to you by Anderson River Toyota and Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson River Toyota, when you are ready. Community First Bank for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. Also brought to you by Myers Heating and Cooling, servicing Southwest Wisconsin since 1999. Myers Heating and Cooling, where they say, don't worry, we got this. TriStar Pallets of Highland, TriStar Mulch, Cobb, and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative color mulch. Give Jim Drury and the gang a call at TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch, Cobb, and Platteville. Splinter will serve after the second timeout called by Highland. Tied at a set each, but 17-8 Southwestern in set number 3. And here's the serve by Splitter. And a bad hit goes out of bounds, and it's 18-8. Splitter again. Now this is another good-sized run for Southwestern here. Dug out and back. Set by Halverson, sent over by Highland. Bump set now. Left side spike. That is too far. And out of bounds. 18-9. And Highland will serve, and they need to put a run together or they're going to be facing the end of their season in the next set. Here's a one-hand bump and then quickly sent over. And then sent right back by Highland. Big spike, and that's a big kill by the next player to serve, Kerwin. 19-9 Southwestern. Kerwin with the running jump serve into the back middle. And then quickly, and sent over on the second hit. Southwestern now with it. Tip at the net, and winning the tip drill was Hennessy. And it's 19-10. Brodwin Halverson now to serve. Line drive, high bump set, and then tip put into the net, and it's 19-11. Halverson again will serve. Into the back. Bump set, and then set over on a bump. Highland now, set by Halverson. Big spike by Hennessy, goes out of bounds. 20-11. And Southwestern now will serve. Into the back row. Set, and tipped to the net, right back, but it ended up going out of bounds. Kerwin sent it back, or actually Kenneker sent it back, but it ended up going out of bounds, so it's 20-12. And Mishik will serve for Highland. And Savannah Winters not too pleased with the call, but you know how much of a vote coaches get. Bumping back. Set by Raymaker. Center spike blocked at the net. And I think that was Terrell that time who got the block to make it 20-13. Mishik again to serve. Dug out and back. Bump set. Left side send over. Highland out with it. Mishik the set. And send over by Hennessy. Bump set by Southwestern. They send it back over. Resetting again. And a tip at the net. Southwestern handles that. The set by Raymaker. Right set by Spike. One hand. Another bump. And then sent over by the Cardinals. Quick set. Send over by Scheider. Highland now with it. Bump set. Tip over by Highland. Bump set by Phil. And then sent over by the Wildcats. Spike put into the net. But off of one of the Wildcats. And after a very long point there, it's 20-14. And Mishik now serves. And here is a quick send over for Southwestern. Highland now with it. 2 bumps over. And a back set. And a send over. And down it goes. Getting the kill there is Penneker. 21-14. Here is Kenneker's running jump serve. Back set. Spike at the net, out of bounds. Point for Highland. 21-15. And Hennessy now to serve. This is where you have a sufficient lead that all you need is a side out. That seems to be how these matches often go when they're at this size of lead. Tipped over, and that's a kill for Southwestern. And high fives for everybody as Schneider sits down, 22-15. And meanwhile, Phil serves. That is dug out, bad bump. And then sent over at the third bump, that's out of bounds. And it's 23-15. And Phil wearing white shoes with pink shoelaces. Sends it over. Quickly sent back by Halverson. And now a bump set and a spike for the left side and a miss by Highland. And it is set point, 24-15. Phil again will serve for a lead in the match for Southwestern. Bump set. Set over by Halverson. Southwestern now. Set by Raymaker. Spike. Down it goes. Getting the kill is Kerwin. And Southwestern wins set number 3, 25-15, and takes a 2-1 lead as we head to set number 4. And we're back after this on AM 1590 WPVL.
In Game 9.
Hi, this is Christine Rowley of Rowley Cheese, wishing all area athletes successful seasons. Cheese is a great source of protein for school lunches or a snack before the big game. Stop in and try some of our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. We have fresh cheese curds weekly and a wide variety of snacks and beverages, plus made-to-order cheese trays. Shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Rowley Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23, Shellsburg.
For residential, commercial, or ag building projects, call on Wolf Construction LLC of Lancaster. Todd Wolf and his crew pride themselves in providing full service for their customers at the highest of quality. Wolf Construction LLC of Lancaster, proud to back our local athletes.
In Game 9.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of playoff volleyball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL. Southwestern now a 2-1 lead. They lost set number 1 to Highland 25-19, but won set 2 25-22 and set 3 25-15. Again, the winner gets Pecatonica or Barneville playing now on Extreme 107.1. Also, Cuba City leading 2-0 over Broadhead. That is on Super Hits 106. And Darlington and Mineral Point tied at a set each. And that is on 97.7 Country WGLR. We will have all the winners tonight, Thursday, on the Queen Bee family of radio stations. Or we might even throw some Illinois volleyball in there. Oh, and of course, well before all that, Packer football tomorrow. They're in Denver, 1 o'clock start on 97.7 Country WGLR. Badgers won today over Illinois, 25-21. That was on 97.7 Country WGLR. And boy, it feels good to beat Brett Bielema, doesn't it? The revenge of Paul Christ, I suppose. You might remember Christ got fired after Wisconsin's loss to Illinois in Madison, but the Badgers got the win today. And with a big comeback in the fourth quarter, they scored 18 points in the fourth quarter. They were down, I think, 21-7 going into the fourth and scored 18. I'm trying to figure out how you score 18 points. In high school, that would be 3 touchdowns and 3 missed extra points. Don't know that happened, but at any rate, meanwhile, Southwestern up 2-1. And they will serve first with Raymaker. And she walks it up, sends it over. Southwestern in the east, the right side. And immediately an illegal hit, and it's 1-0 Southwestern. One key for Southwestern so far in this match, they have gotten off to the lead, and pretty sizable leads, at the start of each set. Again, the serve by Raymaker, dug out by Mishik. Set, left side spike, that's dug out by Southwestern, a high bump. Now right side send over. Set by Halverson, spiked by Halverson, and down it goes. And we're tied at 1. Bronwyn Halverson has got to be about the most versatile player in this area, or very close to it, when you can have double digits in kills and assists, as she did on Thursday, and there's an ace. And it's 2-1 Highland. We are brought to you by Mound City Bank. Their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop in at Mound City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MoundCityBank.com. Mishik now, set by Halverson. Tip at the net, and down that goes off one of the front row players. Hennessy gets the tip kill there. 3-1. Highland in front. Halverson to serve. Dug out by Phil. Set by Raymaker. Spike from the left side. Dug out by Mishik. Set by Halverson. Left side spike. That's dug out. Bump set on the far side. Sent over by Southwestern. Mishik the bump. Set by Halverson. And then sent over. And 2 bumps. And then spiked into the net. And it's 4-1 Highland. Serve, I should say, by Halverson. Set by Raymaker. Left side spike. That's dug out and back. Halverson to set. Left side tip puck. And a point for Southwestern. And it's 4-2. And the serve now for Southwestern is Allie Stanton. In the middle, bump set right in front of us. Set over. Set over, and that's a hit that's going to go out of bounds. And it's 4-3, Southwestern within 1. And Stanton serves again. Running jump serve just on the far side of center. Diving bump by Mishik. Set Halverson, tipped over by Highland. And now the left side send over for Southwestern. Halverson, right side sent over, by Miller, Left side spike, dive, bump set, sent over by Highland. Quick set, send over, down it goes. Kerwin, I think that was, we're tied at 4. This match has been kind of a demonstration of sometimes it's not how hard you hit it, but putting it in the right spot. Bump by Mishik, set by Halverson, left side send over for Highland. Southwestern sets it up, left side spike. That got blocked back, sent right back. And that's a kill. It's 5-4 Southwestern. Boy, the front row players, thunderous spike, they got bumped back, so it got sent back again, and that one worked. Again, the set served by Stanton. Center spike, that was blocked. Highland cannot get it over, and it's 6-4. Oh, wait. Check that. They must have been an illegal hit there in somewhere over there, because it ends up being a point for Highland. Mishik now to serve. It's tied at 5. And that's an illegal. That's a point for a net violation, I believe, and it's 6-5 Southwestern. And Phil will serve. She sends it into the back, but far back. Left side spike, blocked, and down that goes for a point for Southwestern. And it's 7-5. Phil again to serve. Highland Hardware in Highland. See Highland Hardware for plumbing, heating, electrical, well systems, and more. Trust Cindy, Pat, and the crew to do what's best for you at Highland Hardware in Highland. That's blocked at the net. Highland tries to send it over on 3 bumps into the net and cannot, and it's 8-5. And you got to think Maria Wineski is thinking about calling a timeout very, very soon. Serve went out. So it's 8-6. And Hennessy now serving for the Cardinals. Grand Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Vinsfeld and Nate Stokel, PC, provides exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grand Regional Health Center experienced the difference. Southwestern sends it over, and then Halverson sends it right back. Now the set by Raymaker, left side spike. That's dug out. Halverson the set. Left side sent over to the back row. Southwestern out. Big spike and off the back row and down. And the kill for, I think that was Kerwin, makes it 9-6. And Southwestern now to serve. Right into the middle. And a left side sent over for Highland, and that's going to work for a point. I think that was Sophie Terrell getting the kill there. Or it may have been Yawn who ends up coming out. 9-7. And it'll be Samar and Halverson to serve. And again, facing the Highland bench, and then sends it over. Set by Raymaker. Set over by Highland, or by Southwestern. They have to dive to get it. And sent over on a bump. And then a bad bump in back. Bump set. And then sent over on the third bump. Now Mishik. Halverson. Left side spike. And that's too far. And it's 10-7. Southwest Health is creating healthier communities through their hospital and clinics in Platteville, Cuba City, and Keeler. Find out more at southwesthealth.org. Dug out and back. Set by Halverson. Left side spike blocked at the net. Highland tries again, and a whistle, and an illegal hit somewhere there. That's 11-7. And again, to serve will be Schneider, I believe that is. Here's a set by Halverson, spiked into the net. 12-7. And once again, Southwestern starting to pull away here, and it's Splinter serving. As again mentioned, black numbers on blue jerseys. Set by Halverson. Spiked by Halverson, and that goes down in the far corner to make it 12-8. Give Bronwyn Halverson the kill. And Highland now will have Terrell to serve. Kate Terrell wearing the pink shoes. Line drive, bad bump. Second bump. They send it over on the third bump. Diving bump, however, ends up under the net, and it's 13-8. That's one of those where you just got to shake your head. If you're Highland, you think 3 bad bumps may not be your night, when that ends up costing you a point. Southwestern the serve, that's dug out, and goes out of bounds into the Highland bench, and it is 14-8. And Kennecker now will serve again. Right along the far foul line, running jump serve, she jugs out. It is dug out. Right side spike, that is dug out and back, and ends up into the net, and it's 14-9. B&B Truck and Trailer Service probably supports the Highland Cardinal volleyball team and wishes all Highland student athletes good luck and success in the coming season. B&B Truck and Trailer is your Baldwin authorized dealer, making sure you stay on the road. Check us out on Facebook, B&B Truck and Trailer. Set over out of bounds, but it's a point for Highland. Yeah, it was out of bounds, so it's a point for Highland, 14-10. And after several dribbles, it is Blant serving. Bump set on the second hit, send over, blocked at the net, but it ended up going over the net, and Highland couldn't handle it, and it's 15-10, with Southwestern leading 2-1. So they are coming close to winning this match. As the right side spike by Halverson, that's dug out, and then set over by Southwestern at the back quarter. Set by Halverson, tipped at the net, and that goes goes down into the net on a bump. 15-11. 15-11. Bump set. And a tip at the net, and down that goes, but it's a point for Highland. I believe there was net contact there, and it's 15-12. Highland trying to get back to even here. Both in the match, they're down 2-1, and in this fourth set, they're down 15-12. Bronwyn Halverson again to serve. Set, spike down the middle, one-hand bump. Set by Halverson, left side spike, dug out and back. Set, left side spike, that's dug out by Mishik. Set by Halverson, center spike, blocked at the net. Halverson, and has to be bumped over, and that's going to be that was a one-hand hit, and it turns out to be not getting to the net. So that is a fourth hit violation. It's 16-12. Running jump serve. Set by Halverson, left side spike, dug out, center spike, and covers Hennessy. And Hennessy makes it 16-13. And Mishik now to serve for Highland. Serves right down the middle, dug out. Set by Raymaker, spike blocked, but out of bounds. 17-13. Highland fans thought there was contact by the Wildcats. Nothing got called, however. And Phil will serve for the Cardinals. And Bronwyn Halverson asking about that to the official. We're brought to you by Claire Bank, with their 8 locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proudly supporting this series high school sports teams. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Hill, meanwhile, will serve. Halverson didn't win the argument. And now the floor side official talks to Maria Wineski. And finally, Phil serve. Into the middle back. Set by Halverson. Left side spike by Till, and down that goes. Right in the front to make it 17-14. And here's Hennessy to serve. Southwest Health is creating healthier communities through their hospital and clinics in Platteville, Cuba City, Keeler. Find out more at southwesthealth.org. Here comes a center send over by Yawn. Set, right side send over. Highland now with it. Tipped at the net and down it goes. And that is a kill for Sophie Terrell to make it 17-15, and a timeout is called by Southwestern. So Highland, kind of just the way the match has gone, I guess, Highland has not called a timeout in this match yet, or in this set yet, I should say. Southwestern leads in this set 17-15. And out of timeout. I have to think that Highland is certainly not going to have this match end, if that's how it happens, without calling both of their timeouts, obviously, in a short amount of time here. 17-15 after the timeout. Upset, sent over for Southwestern. One-hand bump by Nishik, and it ends up going out of bounds. And it's 18-15. And Southwestern now to serve. They are 7 points away from winning the regional, which would end the back-to-back for Highland winning this regional, except the net. The serve goes into the net, and it's 18-16. And Samara and Halverson now to serve. Barneville, by the way, leading 2-1 over Pecatonica. That's on Extreme 107.1. Samara and Halverson serves to the far side. Quick set, and then set over by Southwestern. Now it's Halverson to Halverson. Send it set. Left side spike, and finds the board off of Samara and Halverson, and it's 19-16. Alana Splinter to serve. Running jump serve. Dug out in the back middle, set by Halverson. Left side spike. Southwestern handles that bump set over by Phil. Halverson for Highland. Tip at the net by Terrell. That's dug out. Set, send over by Southwestern, but a double hit makes it 19-17. And again, the succession of side outs. Terrell sends it to the middle. Set, and then set over for Southwestern, dug out. Set by Halverson to Halverson, that's dug out. Second bump was kind of chancy, but they get it over now. At the left side, spike by Terrell, blocked. Highland will try it again. Halverson sends it over. Pump set, and a spike from the left side goes out. 19-18 in set number 4. Brought to you by Claire Bank, with their 8 locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proudly supporting this area's high school sports teams. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and the Equal Housing Letter. Southwestern sends it over on the second. Now a spike in the middle, and it's blocked at the net. And a point for Southwestern to make it 20-18. Throwing the serve. The running jump serve. Dug out and back. Set by Halverson for Terrell. And now Southwestern with it. Tipped over. One hand bump. Bump set. Set over by Halverson. Southwestern now, set by Raymaker, spike down the middle, and down it goes! And a timeout called by Highland. That is their first. So they've got one more left, and I guarantee you they're going to use it in the next 4 points if they feel like they need to. Unless they're able to come back. and force a fifth set, and then who knows what happens there. But Southwestern is leading 21-18. And again, the winner gets part of Elder Pecatonica. And it is right now Barneville leading 2-1, and again, that is on Extreme 107.1. And here again after the timeout, Southwestern will serve. Kerwin, I think that is. Bad bump. Michigan is able to send it over after two bad bumps. Southwestern now tipping the net. Blocked down! And Terrell gets the throw. Sophie Terrell. And it's 21-19. And Bolin will serve. Sends it into the back middle. Set by Raymaker. Setter send over. Now the bump set by Mishik. Left side send over. And that ends up in the net. 2 hits. 3 hits. Gets over. Tipped back over by Highland. And down it goes. And Hennessy again with a kill. 21-20. Dug out and back. Set by Raymaker. Sent over. Out! And we're tied at 21. Here in set number 4. And a whistle, and now a timeout called by Southwestern. That is their second. Highland still has 1 left. What a set this has turned out to be. 21-21. Southwestern leads 2-1. And by the way, we're brought to you by B&B Truck and Trailer Service, probably supporting the Highland Cardinal volleyball team. And they wish all Highland student athletes good luck and success in the coming season. B&B Truck and Trailer is your Baldwin authorized dealer, making sure you stay on the road. Check us out on Facebook, B&B Truck and Trailer. Tied at 21, set number 4. And a spike down the middle, diving bump by Bishop, and that's not going to be returnable. And it's 22-21, Southwestern. And it'll be the Wildcats to serve. Into the back, high bump, set, and then sent over by Halverson on the net. 2 bumps, and the last one ends up outside. It's a point. How did that get over the net? And apparently it did. And it's 22-21 Southwestern. And they're 3 points away from winning the regional title. And a timeout by Highland. As predicted. That's kind of rare where you have one team calling a timeout and then on the next point the other team calls the timeout, but obviously that should show you the import of this set, especially in Highland's case, because they're looking at their season coming to an end one night after Highland's football season came to an end. And the 11-player football era came to an end in Highland. They will be an 8-player team, of course, next season. 23-21. Southwestern leading 2-1 and leading in the set. Here's the set, and has to be sent over by Halverson. Now the back set, and the spike over, send over by Southwestern. Set, left side spike by Halverson. Diving bump set, and then sent over and into the net. And we're tied at 23. Now let me correct that. I thought that was a little odd before. It is 23-22. That's what I thought. 23-22 Southwestern. Spike at the net, blocked at the net. Southwestern again. This time they send it over. Mishik with the bump set. And the set over by Highland. The scoreboard was wrong before, so I just had to fix that. And now sent over, and down it goes! And it is match point, 24-22. And Southwestern will serve for the regional, and the Southwestern fans in front of us on their feet. There's the spike. Mishik, set by Halverson. Left side send over. Southwestern with it. Spike. Left side spike. That's dug out. Southwestern wins! Southwestern beats Highland in set 4, 25-22, and wins 3 sets to 1. And it'll be Southwestern taking on Pecatonica or Barnabelle. They're so amped up on the Southwestern side, there are people falling all over the place. Southwestern wins 3 sets to 1, and they'll take on Pecatonica or Barnabelle in the sectional next Thursday, which we will have for you on the Queen Bee family of radio stations. 25-22, Southwestern beats Highland 3 sets to 1. Back after this on AM 1590 WPVL.
In Game 10, Will Mutual believes that something more important than winning or losing is how you respond to a challenge. They believe that the teams, people, and fans who support their athletes with dignity and class are the true champions. Will Mutual is the proud sponsor of the WIAA Sportsmanship Award. The award recognizes more than team sportsmanship. It recognizes that sportsmanship matters in your community as well. Visit ruralmutual.com/WIAA and see how their team and your community can work together to be true champions.
24/7.
Congratulations to the Highland Cardinals on an outstanding season, please. Congratulations to the Highland Cardinals on an outstanding season.
Year and around the clock.
And your 2023 Regional Championship presents a regional plaque to Coach Savannah Winters and the Southwestern Wildcats.
Great Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school volleyball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio and 1590 WPVL. Big cheer as Southwestern gets the plaque and then comes over to those fans who run out onto the floor. Southwestern wins 3 sets to 1. 19-25, 25-22, 25-15, 25-22. And so Highland's streak of regional titles comes to an end after back-to-backs the last 2 years, and Southwestern again will face Barneveld or Pecatonica Thursday. And Barneveld, the last we heard, was up 2 sets to 1 on Pecatonica. That is on Extreme 107.1. We're back in Highland after this on AM 1590 WPVL.
In Game 11.
To everyone who craves a rich and creamy hometown treat, let our team member Nevaeh tell you how we do it at Culver's.
Every scoop of Culver's fresh frozen custard is made in small batches throughout the day. Because where we come from, the little things make a big difference. Like bringing back a seasonal favorite. Our salted caramel pumpkin concrete mixer and pumpkin spice shake are back for a limited time. Handcrafted with farm fresh dairy and real pureed pumpkin just for you.
From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's of Dubuque, Galena, and Platteville.
Heads Up Salon. Sherry, Jenny, Brittany, and Sydney at Heads Up view highlights, color, cuts, furs, and new barbering services too. Heads Up Salon, North Jefferson Street, Lancaster.
In Game 11.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school volleyball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on AM 1590 WPVL. Southwestern beats Highland 3 sets to 1 to win this regional, and Barneveld has just beaten Pecatonica 3 sets to 1, 25-15, 17-25, 25-17, 25-13, and so it will be Southwestern at Barneveld next Thursday, and we'll have that match for you on the Queen Bee family of radio stations. Southwestern wins 3 sets to 1. Back after this on AM 1590 WPVL.
In Game 12.
Grant Regional Community Clinic is proud to welcome Dr. Ron White. Originally from Mount Hope, Dr. White is bringing his knowledge and expertise home to Southwest Wisconsin and will see patients at our Lancaster Clinic this fall and our new Fenimore location later this year. Dr. White looks forward to practicing full-spectrum family medicine and developing long-term relationships with his patients. For more information about Dr. White and to view his video, visit our website at grantregional.com. Grant Regional Community Clinic. Experience the difference.
Hi, this is Steve Schmidt, owner of the shop from downtown Blackburn.
Yes.
We have thousands of pairs of shoes in stock, no waiting. So stop in anytime, specializing in size, selection, and fit. We will save you money. P.S. We measure both feet. Stop into the Shoe Box, the largest shoe store at the north end of Blackburn.
In Game 12.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of playoff volleyball with requisite intensity on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPBL. Southwestern dropped the first set to Highland 25-19, but came back to win the next three, 25-22, 25-15, 25-22. And so the Wildcats go to Barneveld, which won 3-1 over Pecatonica. So Southwestern at Barneveld Thursday night at 7 in Barneveld. And we'll have that for you somewhere on the Queen Bee family of radio stations. Culver's Cool Down Postgame Show, presented by Culver's in Dubuque, Galena, and Platteville, follows these messages on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPBL.
Postgame 3 minutes.
If it's a double 50 or double 4 parlor you milk, see Fuller's Milker Center, your Kia dealer. Fuller's offers a complete line of high technology solutions to make your dairy a model of efficiency. State-of-the-art milking systems.
Can you get the coach to come over, please?
And the latest in udder prep and post-dipping systems with the best in automated animal monitoring. No matter how many cows you milk, you can rely on Fuller's Milker Center, LLC in Lancaster, Richland Center to keep your operation at peak efficiency.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Ask Brian Peterson of the Peterson Agency in Argyle if auto owners make sense for you.
Speeding and reckless driving are leading causes of injuries and deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Whether you're an athlete or a spectator, control your drive on our streets, county roads, and highways to keep all travelers safe. Don't speed. Don't be reckless. Zero in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. This message from the Queen Bee Radio family of stations and the WIAA.
How do you give hope to a child in a foster care
Well,
system?
I hope you're feeling all right, because
your heart. How do you feel on yours when you hear that children are waiting for a stable, loving influence to speak up for their best interests? And then it becomes your time. What started out as a feeling that maybe you can make a difference becomes the difference. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you.
Learn how you can help at nationalcasagal.org.
Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor. Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Visit managerbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
What's that?
My seniors are on the court.
Fraction of a raindrop.
Right.
3 grains of salt. At up to 100 times more potent than morphine. The
over here, that's it.
Fentanyl is all it takes to cause an overdose. Fentanyl can be mixed into heroin, cocaine.
That's the team shows up.
Meth, and other drugs. It could be in your drugs, and you wouldn't be able to
we're on a break right now, so we'll be...
or smell it. Learn more at cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
All right. Times have changed since Mom first created Culver's Double Butter Burger Deluxe, but one thing sure hasn't.
What do you have for show and tell today?
What would you like to share for show and tell?
This is a butter burger. Whoa! Fresh beef, never frozen,
seared to
perfection,
topped with real
Wisconsin cheese and lazy bun. Butter burger, butter burger.
Hungry? Stop in for one today.
It's time for the Culver's Cool Down Postgame Show, brought to you by Culver's in Dubuque, Galena, and Platteville.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA Playoff Volleyball, presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, and the Wolf Construction broadcast booth is surrounded by almost the entire Southwestern team.
Just about.
They're a little amped tonight. They won 3-1 over Highland, and so it will be Southwestern at Barneveld, because Barneveld a 3-1 winner over Pecatonica tonight on Extreme 107.1. Let's start with the coach, Savannah Winters. Congratulations first on your regional win. At a very intense match, obviously. Even though it was a 3-1 win, it felt closer than that, didn't it?
Absolutely, all the way through, point for point. Even though we did get a lead all 4 games, we did come out hot and had a lead. We had some moments where we backed down a little bit, but we found our groove again every single game, and I'm super proud of these girls.
All right. What do you think about playing Barneveld next?
Well, we've already played Barneveld in our very first tournament of the season, and they were our very first game. We lost 2-1, and they were all very close. So I have a good feeling that we're ready to come back out on top this time, since it was our very first tournament of the year.
And I would have to think that, as we talked in the pregame, the fact that you play not just bigger schools, but better bigger schools, Cuba City and Mineral Point, obviously they're two of the best programs around.
Right.
That really has to help when it comes to the postseason, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It keeps us aggressive through all of conference, so when it comes to playoffs, we're ready for everything.
I feel like you're taking your cues from the boys basketball team, because that's kind of the postseason the last several years that they've had that gets pretty far in the postseason.
Yeah.
So congratulations again.
Thank you.
Let's see here. I'm going to have each of you introduce yourselves to the world.
Hi, I'm Alana Splinter.
Ava Kerwin, number 6. Brielle Schneider. Jalen Grant. Allie Stanton. Allie Kennecker. Lainey Schuler. Deanna Raymaker.
Okay, well that gets everybody. Let's see how we can start about this. Let's start with you first. What did you feel like was the key to winning tonight?
The key to winning tonight to me was just hitting the ball. Tipping wasn't going to do it for us tonight because that team was very aggressive and they just know when to throw up the arms to get the ball. So whenever we hit it, we just had hard hits and we came out and won that game.
Okay. One thing that I always find interesting, Ava, in these matches is the number of times it gets sent back not on the third hit. I know, because I played volleyball in high school, that you're supposed to bump set spike, but evidently that's not how it always turns out.
Yeah, we just went with the flow, and we really just tried to get 3 hits and the best that we could do, and yeah.
Yeah. One player, Brielle, that really seemed to be very difficult to deal with was Anna Hennessy. For a while, it seemed like she was getting every point for Highland. But how did you deal with that?
I just talked to my setter and I just worked with my teammates and tried to get some points,
Okay, that's fine. What do you think about this team from where you watch them?
They play good and I cheer them on to hopefully a victory.
Okay. One of the reasons why there's so many people here is there are so many seniors here. Allie, do you ever go into a match, have you gone into a match this week thinking to yourself, if we lose, we're done. I'm all done with volleyball. Is that not how it works?
I try not to think about that, because if that's in our heads, I think that's going to put a lot more pressure on us, so we go into a match knowing we're going to win.
Okay. Allison, you were around, obviously, for the first time that you played Barneveld. What do you think you guys need to do that you didn't do the first time you played?
I think we need to stay hyped like we have been our past 2 regional matches, and I think we need to keep swinging like we're swinging.
Okay. Lainey, as far as how do you feel like your role is on this team?
Say that again?
What do you feel like your role is on this team?
I feel like my role on this team is, even though I'm not always performing my best, I'm still here for the girls no matter what, and always being there for each other is the most important thing ever. Okay.
Deanna, finally, last question. And I got to figure out what the question is. Actually, I'll ask you the same question as before. You're a senior. Any loss is your last loss, obviously, and I guess you were probably the underdogs coming into this because you were the lower seed. But does that come into your mind at all, especially after you lost the first set tonight?
I think that it helps us drive to keep going. Most of us on the court are always seniors, so we always have that drive that we need to get this next point, and we just stick together and work as a team always. All
right. Well, I think I got everybody. So thanks everybody to come up, and we will have you guys on the radio someplace on Thursday. Well, we know it'll be in Barville. We're not sure of the radio station yet, but congratulations on the regional win, and good luck on Thursday against Barneville. That would be the Southwestern seniors, and all of their fans were watching all of this, which is pretty funny. But Southwestern, again, a 3-1 win over Highland. Cardinals season ends at 21-7. Southwestern moves on at 16-11. And it's interesting because Southwestern didn't exactly come into the postseason on a roll because they came off back-to-back losses to Darlington and Mineral Point. But forget about that because they've won 3 matches this week. 3-0 over Cassville on Tuesday, 3-0 over Albany on Thursday, and now 3-1 over Highland tonight to win the regional. 19-25, 25-22, 25-15, 25-22. Back with more from Highland after this on AM 1590 WPVL.
Post-game, 2 minutes.
Officers take an oath to serve and protect the community, but we need your help too in keeping friends and family safe. I'm Lancaster Police Chief Deb Rukoff. Scam phone calls can hit at any time, and scammers are always developing new schemes. That's why law enforcement agencies remind you to be alert for these types of calls. Prevent a crime by keeping your personal information private and hanging up on scammers. Also, if you've been a victim of a scam call, contact your local authorities.
This public service announcement courtesy of Queen Bee Radio.
Our connections make powerful things happen, uniting individuals and communities. We are Rotary. We are people of action. With over 1 million members, we know what people can do when they come together. Around the world, generations of leaders build new friendships and solve problems, turning great ideas into reality. Take action with us. Find out more at rotary.org/action.
Post-game, 2 minutes.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school volleyball presented by Wolf Construction and Myers City Cooling on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL. Southwestern wins the regional over Highland, 19-25, 25-22, 25-15, 25-22. And so the Wildcats head to the sectional semifinal at Barneveld, which we will have for you on the Queen Bee family of radio stations on Thursday. Meanwhile, drama in Mineral Point. It is tied at 2 sets each and heading to a 5th set, and that is on 97.7 Country WGLR. Cuba City sweeps Broadhead 3-0. That was on Super Hits 106. So it'll be Cuba City and the winner of that Mineral Point Darlington match. That is one sectional semifinal we'll have Thursday, and the other, as we mentioned, Southwestern at Barneveld on the Queen Bee family of radio stations. Well, I have to tell you the Tricor Turning Point, which is presented by Tricor Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. And I would say that it was, actually, there may have been more than one here, but I'm going to say it was the end of set 4 because it was tied at 21. And so it was tied at 21, but Southwestern got it after a timeout, got the lead, and ended up, and even though it ended up 22-21, after that, they got the last 3 points and ended up winning the match. And again, you don't know what's going to happen when you go to a 5th set. So Southwestern managed to hold off Highland in that 4th set at the end of the 4th set, and they end up winning in 4, 19-25, 25-22, 25-15, 25-22. Tonight's match, by the way, See it here someplace. Brought to you by Kramer's Water Store. Call your local Culligan man. I can use some water right now myself. For improvement to your city or well water, Kramer's Water Store has an easy solution for your budget. Call the Culligan man, Kramer's Water Store, Highway 61 North in Lancaster. So also on the Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. I have to mention, Wisconsin beat Illinois this afternoon, 25-21. That was on 97.7 Country WGLR. And as mentioned before, Barneveld 3-1 over Pecatonica, 25-15, 17-25, 25-17, 25-13. So Barneveld again hosts Southwestern next Thursday in the the sectional semifinal. And also, Cuba City sweeps Broadhead tonight, 25-15, 25-16, 25-13. That was on Super Hits 106. Cuba City will play either Mineral Point or Darlington, whoever wins that fifth set. And the fifth set, by the way, is on 97.7 Country WGLR. Again, Southwestern wins 3-1 over Highland, and we'll head to the sectional semifinal tomorrow night. We will be back, or Thursday night. Give us a little time here to get ready for the next round. So we'll be back to wrap up the Culver's cool down, and our broadcast will tell you what's going on next week after these messages on AM 1590 WPVL.
Post-game 1 minute.
Mama, what does the chicken say? Dog. Cat. Giraffe.
Giraffe, really? Giraffe.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/
the right seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
It's been said that when someone you love has Parkinson's, you have Parkinson's.
The Parkinson's Foundation knows that the disease doesn't just affect the diagnosed. It affects everyone who supports and helps care for them.
If you have questions, the Parkinson's Foundation has answers
We can help you understand the disease
and give you tips for living a better life.
Find your answers at Parkinson.org or call 1-800-473-4636. The Parkinson's Foundation. Better lives together.
Post-game 1 minute.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA Playoff Volleyball, presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL. Southwestern gets the road regional win tonight over Highland, ending the Cardinals' run of back-to-back regional titles. Southwestern wins 19-25, 25-22, 25-15, 25-22, thus marking the end of the volleyball careers for Maria Soto-Waddle, Lillian Mishik, Chloe Tucker, Kate Terrell, and that's the list for Highland. They do have a lot coming back next year, namely Bronwyn Halverson, Samarin Halverson, Anna Hennessy, all back next year, and Faith Yawn is back also. So that is, and Caitlin Miller and Sophie Terrell are also back. So that's a pretty good nucleus coming back for next year. But for now, it's on to basketball season for the Cardinals, and for now it is Southwestern at Barneveld Thursday in the sectional semifinal. Winner of that, by the way, will play the winner of the two matches tonight between Oakfield and Sheboygan Christian, or Cambry-Friesland and Fall River. Fall River, the number one seed in the other half bracket, other half sectional bracket. So that is all coming up next week. But, well, before that, we have Packer football tomorrow, as the Packers are in Denver. And we'll have that for you tomorrow at 1 in the afternoon on 97.7 Country WGLR. Wednesday, Illinois volleyball. We don't know who Galena will be playing, but they will be playing on Wednesday. And we will have that for you on a station to be determined on the Queen Bee Radio's family of stations from Durand, Illinois. Well, I think Durand is, I would guess Durand, well, I know Durand is closer than Durand, Wisconsin is from Platteville, but Somebody's going to have to find out where Durand, Illinois is next week. Meanwhile, Thursday, here is our schedule for volleyball sectional semifinals. It will be Cuba City against either Darlington or Mineral Point, whoever wins set 5, and Southwestern against Barneveld. Both of those on the Queen Bee family of radio stations. And then Friday, Level 2 football coming up at 6:35 to 6:40 in Division 4, Lakeside Lutheran at Platteville on Extreme 107.1, Lancaster at Kenosha St. Joseph on 97.7 Country WGLR, River Ridge at Potosi Cassville on a station to be determined, and Mineral Point at Darlington on a station to be determined. Next Saturday, volleyball sectional finals, and we know we'll have 2 of them for you here on the Queen Bee family of radio stations. Oh, by the way, Badger football next Friday against Ohio State, 4:30 start on 97.7 Country WGLR. Badgers won today over Illinois 25-21. Well, the sports directors of Queen Bee Radio, Mark Evenstad and R.J. Osterhaus. Johnny Page is our chief engineer. Tyler Dictanis got all of this digital stuff working, and I managed not to mess it up too badly. Thanks to Lynn Mishik and the staff, particularly the IT folks at Highland High School. Thanks to our sponsors who help us bring this match to you, including on the air and online. And thank you for joining us. Great Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA playoff volleyball, presented by Wolf Construction and Myers Heating and Cooling, is a Queen Bee Radio sports presentation on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, Platteville. Southwestern wins over Highland 3-1, 19-25, 25-22, 25-15, 25-22. The Wildcats will be at Barneveld Thursday night in the sectional semifinal. From the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, I'm Steve Prestegard. ESPN Radio is next. We'll see you for sectional volleyball Thursday night, playoff football Friday night, and sectional